A long, long time ago, in a land far, far away, Nat, Glenn, and Nat's brother Ryan hiked two of New Zealand's best high alpine trails. This amazing adventure was the inspiration for this mountaineering course. This is their story. In January 2020, the three of us ventured to New Zealand's South Island to conquer the Mulla Hut Trail, a steep and challenging slog up 2,000 steps followed by a steep rock scramble to a hut perched at 1,800 metres opposite the spectacular Mulla Glacier. And as if that wasn't enough punishment, 24 hours later we took on the French Ridge Hut Walk, a 30-kilometre round trip through some of the most stunning landscape we've ever seen, hauling ourselves up literal tree roots to an elevation of 1,480 metres. It was the toughest few days ever, but it was an unforgettable adventure that lodged itself firmly in our hearts and minds. That's when the idea of mountaineering started to form, and 2 years later, after the craziness of the pandemic, it was time to make it a reality.
Our original trip to New Zealand together, I had no idea how well I was going to cope with that. I just hoped that I wouldn't sort of hold you guys up or stop you doing anything.
And as it turned out, it ended up being you rescuing us on that trip up to the French Ridge Hut. Like that
Not
was
exactly,
racing ahead to get us water because we.
but yeah, look, I must admit, I surprised myself in that I didn't completely crash, and I did actually make it to our destination in one piece, and actually really enjoyed the whole experience. Like, that was my other concern is, doing something that kind of physically demanding. You think, well, maybe I'll make it, but I might end up being miserable because I'm in so much like pain or discomfort that that my only memory of it will be that. But actually, no, I had great memories from that trip, and it was a good experience, and cope with it okay.
I still have a strong memory of just being in so much pain. My feet were just ready to fall off, I think, by the time we got back to the car. That relief of being able to get into the car after all that on the way back. I still remember that. And I still have that photo of us lying in the field, like beside the trail on the way back.
Yeah.
We were all just flat out. We were just
It was so nice though. It was just such a nice. It was such a nice experience.
It was amazing.
Couldn't have picked a more beautiful place to go and lie in the sun and have a bit of a break.
Yeah, it was. It was incredible. It was, and like you say, the scenery and just everything about it was just amazing. It was a great experience. So skip forward, what was it? A year and a half?
Yeah, we couldn't go back to New Zealand, but I think the original plan was we were going to do the course in New Zealand.
Yeah.
But we couldn't because of COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it got off to a bit of a rocky start, didn't it? Pardon the pun.
So that was COVID. It was disruptive.
Glenn and Ryan chose a beginner's mountaineering course run by Australia's Alpine Expedition specialists. Climbing the 7 Summits specialises in guiding mountaineers to the summits of the highest peaks on every continent of the world, including Everest. The CTSS beginner course in New South Wales' Snowy Mountains is a 3-day expedition costing about $2,000. The course was led by American Rob Jansen, a lifelong wilderness guide and veteran high alpine climber with more than 50 summits of Mount Rainier to his name. He was assisted by local wilderness guides Lachlan Short and Tom Dade. The fellow course participants were a great mix of people from rocket scientists to accomplished Paralympians like Troy Sachs.
So this is in the room at the hotel. Where did you stay? In
Jindabyne.
Jindabyne, that's right.
This is at the hotel, I think, isn't it? Jindabyne Hotel. What are you actually doing, Ryan?
I'm assembling my flat pack crampons from IKEA. Swedish made.
You seem to be all thumbs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's a very thummy operation. But overall, I think we had pretty much all the gear we needed, and it was fit for purpose, if not the best you could buy. But we certainly got to see a variety of stuff from some of the other guys that were with us, and some of them had these sort of top of the range boots, and that was pretty interesting, seeing how they worked.
So what's happening here? You're having your dinner, your brekkie on the day off.
Yeah, trying to get a good breakfast. Not happy about being filmed.
Why's that? Was that just get used to that now?
I think we were both probably feeling a bit nervous.
Yeah,
you just don't know what to expect. You don't know what to expect, and there's a lot of gear and stuff involved, and that if any bit part of that gear doesn't work properly or isn't right, that you're going to suffer.
that's it. I know. It's all down to gear at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah. So, well, it's gear in yourself. Are you fit enough to do this?
Did you hear me swearing? Did you call me swearing?
What were you swearing about?
My fucking bottle. Fell out.
When they gave us the shopping bags that we had to put into the packs, I thought, oh no, I'd done well to sort of think about carrying how much I had.
Yeah.
But a bit of a mind game when they give you an extra shopping bag full of stuff and go, well, you got to get this in your pack somehow.
Yeah, that's right.
So I was thinking.
So when originally we knew we were going to have to do this, but the original plan was we were going to take duffel bags, so big duffel bags, and pack them into sleds, and we were going to pull sleds. But kind of at the last minute, on that day where we were unpacking our stuff, they said, "Oh no, we're not doing that anymore. It's just going to be what you can get into your backpack." And I was just like, "Oh, so half the stuff that I brought, we can't take it anyway. We're going to have to leave it behind." And then, so it was a matter of repacking, trying to get as many things into our backpacks as possible. And then it was like, yeah, you've got to get these gas canisters in as well, and also this shopping bag full of food.
Okay, so this is what you're all ready to go pretty much here.
Yeah, looks like a prayer, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like you're all
Yeah.
Yeah.
And funny because when we were driving up there, remember, Glenn, we were driving up there, and we went through the toll gate.
Yeah,
you got to pay fee.
Yes,
and
the lady at the booth was going, oh, are you guys actually sleeping overnight? Didn't she?
Yeah,
she was a bit worried for us.
Because we're driving up there, we're seeing nothing but these big black clouds in the sky. It was windy. It was storming basically on the mountain. And she's like, "Oh, good luck to you." They're looking at Glenn going, "Are we really doing the right thing here?"
At
the
this
weather
stage,
was pretty nasty. Yeah.
At this stage, I was thinking, there's no way I'm going to get to the end of the road, I think is what I was thinking.
You look very serious. You've got the commando stance going on there. You've got that. You're very steely. You look very steely, like you were just psyching yourself up.
I was just trying to stay upright. I think that's
And you'll notice I'm still putting my gloves on. Everyone's got their packs on.
Yeah.
They literally just left me there. I was still getting my stuff together, and they just all walked off.
And that was the story of your life for the next 4 days, wasn't it? And off you go.
Look at the water. Yeah. The ice in the water is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. You got your snowshoes on. What was it like walking with the snowshoes?
We'd only really
pretty easy
snow there, didn't we? I think so. Yeah, just over that hill.
I look like I'm wearing 10 hats.
So how cold was it by this stage?
I was
Yeah,
hot
go-
from
But
walk-
yeah, walking, and so you get hot very quick.
and he said something to us going, this is the best sport to be in, because it's the only sport that you can rest every 5 minutes.
Don't rush, in other words.
I don't remember them saying that.
You remember him saying that?
They said, I remember them saying, yeah, we walk for an hour and then we stop for 15 minutes.
Was it tiring doing the snowshoeing?
No, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. The snowshoes pivot, right? So
Yeah,
it's kind of like you're just walking normally, but you just don't sink into the snow.
yeah.
And they've got like a crampon on the bottom, so you don't slip either. They get a bit difficult when you're walking across a slope. So
Yeah, when you're on
traversing
it's
across the
really
slope,
quite tough on the ankles when it's
yeah, it gets quite tough on your ankles because they tend to follow the contour of the land, right?
Yeah,
You're walking on,
yeah.
and it's quite hard to keep them level.
Mm.
So they
You've
do put
almost
quite
gotta,
a bit of strain on
chip
the
in
ankles.
with them. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just like had to traverse across a slope. It's just like, oh no, a bit more of this, and then you get to the end of it, and it's like relief. You're back on sort of more level ground, or even if you're walking up a hill, it's fine. But what I would say about those snowshoes is that, yeah, in the soft snow where the crampon doesn't really have much of an effect, they kind of almost became a little bit like skis.
yeah.
So they did slip.
Did
They didn't give
they?
you complete traction. Yeah, and you do have to be conscious of not like rubbing the edge of the snowshoe against your ankle or anything like that, because yeah, it can hurt.
All right, this next scene, this is this swing bridge. So you had to take your snowshoes off, obviously, to go across this.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's an icy river, I bet.
So
I want to fall in there.
I found that bridge just wasn't quite wide enough for me. So by the time you got the pack on and you're carrying your sticks and you're sort of banging your way through it, aren't you?
Yeah. You can also see that everyone's kind of wearing all their jackets and stuff. It was cold, but if you see later on, we're not wearing all that stuff even in the similar conditions, because you learn pretty quickly that you actually warm up enough just through walking that you don't need to wear all your gear. It's really a lot of your jackets and things. You only need them for when you're sitting around at camp.
Yeah. Yeah.
You basically just need to have one sort of warmish layer that's breathable, and a waterproof layer if it's raining.
Yeah.
And that's it. I think I've actually, at that point, I might have stripped off a layer. You can sort of see I'm not quite as like Michelin
Yes.
manish.
Still got your 3 hats on.
Yeah.
4 by that stage, by the looks of it. And Glenn's got,
Yeah, that's
got a couple on too. He's got the layers.
yeah.
Yeah.
His jacket, those outdoor research jackets, really, really awesome. So
Yeah.
you don't
lot of
need
money,
to wear
though.
as many layers.
I almost got divorced over that jacket, maybe.
That was a very expensive jacket, but it
Yeah, yeah.
It was definitely
was
worth
worth the money. And he's worn it quite a few times since. So
So this is when we just arrived at the spot, and I said, let's play this one because it's got the weather.
wow, it was looking pretty scary, wasn't it? It's looking very cold right now.
Yeah, it was.
Look at that wind. Like, it's the wind chill that gets you. What's that? Is that the toilet?
No, that was the cache.
The cache. That's where they put the tent, the main central tent, I guess, where we ate. That's where we had dinner.
They had buried all that, their tent and everything there, so I just had to dig it up.
That sort of rectangle in the middle, that was sort of the kitchen bench.
Oh my goodness. So you're just literally sitting on snow like in an igloo, except you've got
Yeah,
a
that-
tent. Of an igloo.
That kind of U shape. We would sit on the outer edge of it. Yeah, and our feet would be in the ditch, I guess.
So tell us about this whole tent thing, because this is really interesting to me. What you had to do before you pitched your tents, and just walk me through all of that.
Well, it was kind of like, how many was there of us? 10 of us, roughly?
Yeah, so there was 2 to a tent, and we had, what, 5 tents, I think?
It was a kind of, here, dig enough space for your tents
Sure.
here, and we'll come back and check on you.
Yeah, so we had to dig out to one, to get the tents down sort of lower and a little bit out of the wind, but also to level the ground so that you're not lying on a slope,
Yeah.
which can make it uncomfortable. But not to say that, to be honest, it wasn't comfortable anyway.
But we didn't really know how much room we needed, wasn't it? So
No, so we dug quite a big hole in the ground, basically.
yeah, it was quite a
That hole transformed into something else by the time we left, because the snow drift basically built up on one side. And so we actually ended up we were actually in quite a deep recess in the snow. In the course of, I think, that night, it dropped so much snow in that particular part that, and it moved a lot of snow in the wind as well, that we had this huge snow drift in the morning. At this point in time, everyone had had enough. Like,
yeah.
you're gonna have to cut this out, this bit. But I think I heard a few times people go, "This just sucks balls."
Hang on, that's my saying.
Yeah, that was Glenn saying that. I think that's what you were hearing.
I heard it. I heard similar sentiments a few times. It was just like, I'm not loving this. This is not good. We were hungry, exhausted, frozen, and we were just digging into this ice basically, because under about a foot of snow, it just starts to turn into ice, really.
Yeah.
And so you have trouble digging into it. And then trying to put the tents up in it as well, like having to dig down to put the pegs in as anchors.
Oh, the North Face.
I think we were waiting for dinner at this stage.
Yeah. Stop.
I've never heard it called the North Face before, Natalie. I think it's more the South Face.
No, at least we can't see the South Pole.
A key thing to remember is rope does not equal safety. Properly deployed rope equals
Good
safety.
one. That's good.
So yeah, working on that pacing and like that communication, and like, hey, if you've got to take a pause and you're on a rope team, and you don't just stop, you got to say, hey guys, like.
So this was really lesson time, wasn't it? This is where he would depart all the information about ropes and safety and question time, and we all just wanted food.
Everyone looking thrilled. Everyone looking thrilled to be there on the first night.
Did any of that go in at the time, or were you just watching him make the food and kind of going, look, glad you can multitask? A lot of snow.
Yeah, a lot of snow fell.
Couldn't believe you'd get that much snow in Australia. Incredible. Oh, this is you getting all your tent stuff out of the tent, ready to go the next morning.
He's
Ryan ready to hit the trail.
Yeah, a little bit. So like wearing a little less.
Yeah. Yeah, you seem a little bit lighter today.
Yeah. Cold standing there, but as soon as you get moving, you're warm.
Yeah.
I think what we didn't really capture it because we were a bit busy, but I think that first day was learning how to rope up and walking in crampons, how to walk in a traverse and all that sort of stuff, wasn't it? I think on that first day.
Yeah, so we were. Yeah, that's right. They were doing break falls and things.
Oh yeah, falling and
Falling. Yeah. Or some other word you got to call out that starts with F.
What's
When you
that?
fall.
That word.
falling.
Either of those words should trigger the right response from your teammate.
So I think here we were actually on our way to what was the lake?
Blue Lake.
Blue Lake. Yeah.
This is
a
heading
trail.
towards. Is this heading towards where you did the ice climbing?
This is Blue Lake.
Blue Lake is, you can see it. You can actually see the outline of it there on the left,
Yeah.
to the bottom left corner. That's
Right.
the lake.
Right.
You probably didn't get a photo of it. I didn't either because I was just such in awe of it. But on the way up there, we walked through this one section where there wasn't a single bit of rock visible. It was just snow.
Yeah,
And
that looks like it in the background, like just an
yeah,
absolute.
you just look around and the ground and the sky kind of just become one thing.
Yeah.
They just
Just
blend
meld
into each other.
together. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one of it.
Very strange.
What were you looking for here, Ryan?
Might have been my helmet.
Oh, you got to tell that story.
The one time I actually needed my helmet and it fell off my bag
The only time.
on the way up.
It fell off your bag on the way up.
Yep. So we got our mate, the cross country runner, to go back and get it.
He would have been cursed.
No, honestly, I just went, okay, I'm going back. I'm going to go get it. And he went, no, stay there. And he went back and got it.
Yeah, I think it was from an insurance point of view that
But
he
you,
couldn't have you. If you lost your helmet, he didn't want to lose you. Somewhere.
yeah.
Well, that's they're arty. Oh, look, that looks quite steep.
Well, that was the practice
Yeah, it's the practice slope.
slope. So
Okay.
behind that was where that other big mountain is. Where that
Okay, so you were practicing using your ice axes.
And crampons, yeah.
Crampons.
So they actually, you can't really see it there, but that is actually a chunk of ice, really, that we're walking up there.
Okay, here's Ryan, I think.
Yep.
That's you, isn't it? That's where you go
It's me, I'm
up.
just
this is me
connecting
going,
up.
yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the technique.
The technique was difficult when you couldn't feel your hands.
Well, you got 2 axes there for a start.
Yep. So we borrowed one. So I'm just about to take another dig in with one of the axes there. And then I would have brought up my left leg, dug that into the snow, stabilized myself, then carried on. But it was quite soft snow right at that beginning part. As you can see, we sort of buried in there. And this is where we were learning to rappel, maybe, and ascend,
Yeah, we're using the ascender.
using the ascend.
It's like a pulley system. And it had a safety cord attached to it using a Prusik knot. So it would auto brake.
There you go. That's right in there. Coming down.
Coming down afterwards.
Yeah.
See, it looks like you're just walking on flat.
The slope there wasn't as extreme, but it was steeper than what it looks there, because obviously the camera is pointing up that slope.
Yeah.
So it takes the angle out of it. But
So this part was cool. By the time we got back, we probably walked halfway back in the dark, didn't we?
Made it.
yeah. Yep.
Which was pretty exciting.
Yeah, so yeah, we were walking halfway back and just had our headlamps on and just all walking in a line.
Beautiful morning. Must have been nice to wake up to some sunshine.
Breakfast,
What is that? Pancakes.
pancakes, yeah.
Yeah, bacon, eggs. Yum. It was good. The food was good. Food was
I'm
very
trying
good.
not to eat too much because I didn't want to go
Because
to the toilet.
somebody doesn't like using public latrines. All right, so there you are heading back.
Yeah. Notice I'm out front because I was in a hurry to get back.
Looking forward to a good You were looking forward to a good sit and a good steak, basically.
Yeah.
After the course, Ryan and Glenn were keen to try out their new alpine skills. We'll tell you all about their first summit push in a future episode. But for now, thanks for watching, folks. If you like this video and you want to see more, we'd love you to like and subscribe.